everyone, it's Sean, and in this video I'm going to be covering Pantone, CMYK, what is a spot color, what is a process color, why there's a differential between the two of them, and when to use them. That being said, let's just sort of jump right into it. I'm on Pantone's website, pantone.com. This is the de facto sort of color system and company that we as designers use. I'm sure you've already heard about them because they're very influential. They're the company that picks the color of the year each year, and they're pretty awesome. To sort of get into what we're going to be talking about, I want you to click on Color Systems and then go to For Graphic Design. When you go there, you'll see that there is an About Us sort of website, and on it you'll see these two boxes here. One of them talks about the core colors. There's another book about pastel and neons and metallics. Feel free to sort of explore through these and get familiar with them. And then on the right hand side, it'll show you the different formats that you can actually get these color books delivered to you in. I'm going to click on Shop Core Products, and I'll be taken to a page that looks like this, and here you can see the way that the different books come formatted. Now, one thing I want to point out is how costly these books are. This is in USD, not even CAD. So if you do have the privilege of working with one of these books, please be extremely careful with it, as they're quite valuable and are very useful to designers at large. I'm just going to look at the formula guide for coded and uncoded and sort of explain to you a little bit more about what it is that we're actually looking at when we think about Pantone color guides. So it looks very much so like what paint chips would look like when you go to the hardware store and you're picking out paint for a bedroom. And if we just cycle on into this image here, you'll see that each chip has its own unique number. And those numbers are made out of obviously Pantone, a color number, and then this this letter character here. In this case, C stands for coded, and if you ever saw the letter U, it stands for uncoded. Those just reference the finish on the type of print job that will be done with these two different kinds of ink. And over here you can see the special ink values or color values that they're using to get this exact shade of red. With that being said, there are tons of different colors to choose from when you're looking at Pantone colors. They're gorgeous, they're stunning, and they're really, really great to work with. The only problem is they're kind of cost prohibitive, so unless you're working on a really big job for a high-end client, chances of using them in a small run batch of something are pretty small. Now, I have a blank document open in InDesign, and I can briefly show you a better understanding of spot colors versus process colors. And if we look at a process color like this red color right here, we can see that it is made out of, first of all, process color types. It is made out of CMYK, and that means it has cyan, magenta, yellow, and black inks in it. It is a process color because of the type of process it goes through during printing. Process colors tend to be printed on home printers or Xerox machines at mid-sized printers that pages are just sort of fed through. The inks get applied in small dots of these four colors grouped closely together at different values, and they create your typical printed image. Think of magazines, newspapers, book covers, you name it. Those are all process print jobs. They're super easy to set up. They don't require a whole lot of extra thought and specificity. They're pretty good. They get the job done. The only problem is they're kind of uneven in terms of color quality. Even though you might have the same color applied from one page to the next, the color could actually vary ever so slightly, which is why spot colors come in such great use. So I'm just going to create another rectangle here and sort of show you what I mean. Now, if you look at my swatches panel here, you'll notice that I have a Pantone color swatch. I'm just going to double click on it. To get here, I just had to drop down this color mode from CMYK to Pantone. And you'll notice now that the color type is grayed out. This is a spot color. It is a very specific color. It has a specific color number. It has a specific finish of coated. And the nice thing is that from page to page, from application to application, this will be the exact same shade of red every single time because of the formula of ink that's required to attain it. Now, you can't use Pantone colors in a process printer, something like an at-home printer or a Xerox. You need color plates to be applied. You need several passes to have gone through the printer with this. This is where you see traditional printing being done, where there are 4 separate plates, 4 different levels of ink being applied to the same space to get this very specific shade of red delivered every single time. And finally, I'm going to just draw out one more rectangle, and this time I'm going to apply an uncoated color swatch. And now, uncoated and coated color swatches are very similar in numeric value, and you can see that there is a 5216 coated, and here's a 5216 uncoated. They will be very similar colors. The only difference is that the finish on them, one of them will look more glossy and finished, one of them will look more matte and sort of subdued. So it just depends on the style of print job that you're going for your application of design, but overall both of them will be very, very similar. So that's my rant on CMYK versus coated versus uncoated, when to use them in print jobs, and what the differences are between them. I'll catch you guys in the next video. See ya.